Wike presents 10 vehicles to traditional rulers in FCT. Can you imagine? So, the same way he bought vehicles or he paid the traditional rulers in River State and was commanding them like puppets. That is exactly what he's going to do here in FCT. He told the traditional rulers in FCT, in River State when he was the governor, you sit down here, you stand up here. I paid you and I do this. He was almost like an emperor and a dictator to the traditional rulers in River State. He wants to use the same method for the traditional rulers in FCT. I pity them. Okay. But after giving them these 10 vehicles, when he's demolishing their houses and destroying things, they will not be able to talk because he has paid them. He has given them something. Abi, if I were these rulers, I would not accept these vehicles. The day he will come for you, the vehicle, you know that the vehicle he gave you, and vehicle self, after 3 months, in fact, as they drive it home, the value is gone. Okay, the emperor. The Minister of Federal Capital Territory FCT, Mr. Wike, on Friday presented 10 vehicles to third-class chiefs in the federal capital and promised improved welfare for traditional rulers. Can you imagine? The chiefs were from Gumani, Yaba, Buari, Pai, Garki, Jigawa, Waku, Rubochi, Gwagwada, as Gwagwalada, I'm sure, and Zuba chiefdoms. Can you imagine? Mr. Wike explained why handing over the Nissan semi-SUV keys to the traditional rulers in Abuja, that the gesture was part of government effort to ease the mobility of the traditional rulers. Saying when you buy the motor finish, you go buy them fuel because there's no fuel. So without fuel, I don't know what they're going to do with the motor. So he said that the government has a responsibility to encourage traditional rulers by providing them with all the necessary logistics to enable them to do their work diligently with ease. Part of that is mobility. I can't see how traditional rulers will be boarding taxis or entering public transport. That is unacceptable. President Bola Tinubu has directed that should not be allowed to continue. He has asked that we must do everything possible to make it convenient and easy for you to do your assignment, he said. He said that in line with the renewed agenda of Mr. Tinubu, every stakeholder has a role to play, including traditional rulers, particularly in the area of security. So you know your communities better than anybody. You know the people within their communities. So you will be able to identify those who look like strangers. No agency will perform its function without the support of traditional rulers. And we believe that we must partner together to achieve the fight against insecurity. So today we are going to hand over 10 vehicles to you to please help in supporting the government to fight insecurity in your domain. Be sure that we are going to work together. If we don't work together, we will not achieve results because everybody is important in the fight against insecurity, Mr. Wike said. So the minister also disclosed that Tinubu has directed the FCTA to make traditional rulers very comfortable by augmenting the little allowances the area councils were providing them. He said, we will soon meet with the area council's chairman and the traditional rulers so that we can work out strategies for the welfare package and what role you will play to assist the government to achieve its renewed agenda. The new agenda is that things must work. The mandate secretaries have been appointed and sworn in. I don't want to hear any excuses from any department. We are not here to give excuses. We know there are challenges before we came here. It is our duty to solve these challenges, Mr. Wike said. Responding, the chairman FCT Council of Traditional Rulers, the honor of Abaji Adamu Yunusa, okay, thanked the minister for the support and pledged the support of traditional rulers to move FCT forward. Banquet. Banquet. So that is exactly what he has done, giving 10 vehicles to the to the traditional rulers in FCT, and now he's asking them to pledge their commitment to help fight insecurity in FCT, so that the movement FCT can move forward. They know their people better. They can also identify strangers easily. So the government want to work with them, or they have to be ready to work with government to be able to make FCT a safe place. All these things are bait to, I tell you, APC cannot give you something without collecting it from with another hand. They just need to be very, 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 very watchful. That is it. They just need to be very, very watchful, because from what they have done now, they have committed them, seriously committed them. Okay, they have seriously committed them. There's a comment here. Somebody saying, tell your guy, say Abuja FCT indigenes need their state governor, rep, and senators. Exactly. So this is not what they need. I know you are bribing traditional rulers so that they can be releasing secrets for you to start oppressing them. Now you have ruled that FCT is like any other state and does not have a special status. So FCT is now asking for their governor, for their senators, their members of House of Rep, and everything every other state has, okay, to be able to assume the same status like any other state in the country. So these 10 vehicles is not what they're asking for. They're asking for a governor. So you need to think about that. Abuja needs a governor and House of Assembly members, Bagam, that they have told him again. So they have told him again. So they need to be ready to provide that. Some say, chai, this man, he wants to implicate them now. So when he start demolition, none of them go fit talk. Kai, this man, he has put all of them in a bottle, giving them these mini Nissan SUVs. Of course, Nissan of that matter, that will run. Do they have road to run them? And by the time they run them for 2 weeks, the motors are gone. Some will even accident their own. Couple the fact that there's no fuel to run it. So as I've given them, they go to, have you given them fuel? Okay, because there's no fuel. Even though they are planning to see how they can, augment what they're being paid by the Abuja Council Chairman. Okay, so that was happening in Abuja as at this moment. Wike has given them kutu so that they can walk easily. They don't want them to be entering public transport. They want them to drive themselves and then improve their logistics so they can do their job effectively. Okay, well spoken. I just hope there's no sinister agenda behind the giving of the vehicles, because I know people should not forget how Wike dealt with the traditional rulers in Rivers State. He was more like a dictator. He was insulting them just because he was paying them from Rivers State money. Only God knows how much he was paying them. I'm sure that is not going to replicate itself in Abuja, insulting the traditional ruler just because he's also paying them. Now, beginning like this is the street, and the maid will tell you, I gave you vehicle to work and you're not working. What are you doing, FCT? If you don't behave, I will dethrone you. I will tell you the same way he dealt with the River State traditional rulers, the same way you will deal with these people. This guy is not to be trusted. So, well, it's a good gesture on the surface, but only God knows what is lying behind it. Thank you for listening, and let's have your comments.